Okay, hello. This is actually going to be at the start of whenever I do the next hobby update. It's not going to be on the same day because today it's the 4th of February, and yesterday, what I did on these models, I did the black and all that. I also glossed all the black parts, and as you can tell by the legs, I used this paint right here, and I do want to complain not about the paint itself but the bottle, but that is with a brush, that 3 layers, and I think it looks really good. So I could probably use a brush on it all, actually, just do that, because it turned out very well on that small little part right there. As you can tell, I did not do it on this girl's leg because her legs are not separate from the rest of the model. These two, if I can show, as you can tell right there, they're part of the base. And what I also had to do, I had to file down a little bit on the stubs right here, so it's pretty easy to pick out and pick it in and out. I'll fix that later. Oh, there we go. Oh, I missed, but I'll fix that later. So, yeah. Oh, damn. Should I do it with brush? Or do I just want to... Because I actually want to use this in an airbrush. I think that would be much faster. That is what I was planning on doing right now. After I show you guys. Just kind of want to show how it looks just without... I mean, it really shouldn't be that different, right? Damn, I'm a bit afraid now how different that would be, if the legs become like completely different. I mean, if it does, I'll dirty the shoes a lot, I guess, or I'll just re-black the shoes and then spray them. We'll see. I mean, I really like how it turned out. I mean, the color shifting when it comes to the brush, it's not super like, oh man, the color shifts super well, but it looks really good. I mean, as a color, So, yeah, I'm gonna do all the black parts and then we'll see what black parts are not gonna stay this color, because I think it's gonna be a bit too much if the weapons, as in the blades themselves and the armor and all this shit, even though this color is beautiful, I think it will be a bit too much, but we'll see. Fuck. Come on, share. There we go. Also, at the moment, this temporary storage for these guys, because this right here is planned to be my miniature display case, or my miniature cabinet, while this is going to be for figurines and all that. And we have not installed the glass panels, because I mean we installed the glass panels on this one, then we were like, too tired to do, and then we haven't done this one. But when I do that, and after I take out the miniatures that I've painted that I still have and put them all in here and all that, then I'll show my collection of miniatures that I've painted. Or maybe I'm gonna wait until the end of this year to do that. Because I think it was Lazul that said I should do that. Not wait until the next year, but show like my painted miniatures. And I'm probably gonna wait until the end of the year because I think this year I have a feeling I'm gonna actually finish more miniatures than I've ever done before. And not only finish miniatures, because I have painted a decent amount of miniatures, but I never finish them, and I always strip them, and that is the big problem I have. Not being able to finish my models because while painting I get like, oh, I don't want to paint like this anymore, so I strip everything, and it's terrible. It's terrible. Okay, hello, and well, alright, let me just turn off the electric wheelchair so I don't accidentally hit and go right into the table. I used this color right here, this Burgundy. We also, fuck. I was gonna complain about the bottle, but I forgot to do that, so let me do that before I start saying good things about this. Do you see that? Yes. So the problem with this is that this bottle, the top right here, was completely fucked. So I had to cut because it was just a solid bit of plastic. It wasn't hollow or anything. It was just a solid bit of plastic. So I had to cut this much to get, well, a hole. So that's terrible. Absolutely horrendous, I would say. I mean, if I was smart, I would probably transfer the paint to a empty bottle. I probably will do that, but I'm not smart enough to do it now. And I'm probably gonna forget about it until the next time I open that up. But I really like it. The camera doesn't really do it justice, especially if the camera's not gonna focus, but I can't describe this, but I really like it. So I will say that using it through an airbrush instead of a brush is better. Because through the brush, now if you just use a brush, it tends to become way more pink, as you can tell by the leg right there, compared to an airbrush where you get the actual color shifting from like some type of pinkish, goldish, bronze, whatever, to the pinks, and it's just good. And as you can tell, when you hit it on white, you just get a pretty decent looking pink. And that I decided, because I had a decent amount in my airbrush, I decided, you know what, I had these guys in this little pouch, and there are some goblins in there as well that were primed white or a light gray. So I decided to use up whatever, because I wanted them to be pinkish. I decided after I saw that, well, on white it becomes pink, and it's a very nice metallic pink after a few layers, and I like that. So with some highlights, and obviously I'm going to probably be shading them a certain amount to get rid of some of these pinkish metal look on them, just to get them, well, looking pink. But we'll see what I'll do. But I think That's a good base coat on these guys. If I take the leader on the squad as an example, here we go. I do not know what I want to contrast this armor with. What the secondary color will be in these guys at the moment, but I mean, I'm going to take a rest now, and when I wake up, we'll see. And yeah, that poor base. That poor base. But so guys, this video, I'm not gonna put this as a hobby update. Maybe I'll just let this be a Burgundy review. Let's call it that. It's a terrible because it's not really a review, but and also the camera really doesn't do it justice. It looks better in real life. And I'm also terrible with an airbrush. I mean, I barely ever used the airbrush. And I just have a cheap one, a pistol airbrush in which when you just press down, it shoots out paint and air. It's not a double action. I've had 2 double actions. One, by that. Anyways, enough about the airbrush. I mean, I mostly used airbrush to put down primers and base coats. So that's what I use the airbrush for. Oh, I'm running out of battery, so oh god. Did I show this guy? Come on. Yeah, the colors. This is a really good, as you could probably tell, yeah, you can really tell the difference between the brush on the boots and the non-brush. Because let's take this girl, for example. She had, her boots are obviously the same because her boots are not molded into the base. So I did not do them with the brush here in the beginning. Is there really super big difference if I hold them up? There is, but from this far away, I mean, I'm not gonna bother doing anything with that. I'm not gonna bother with it because I would have to paint them black and then airbrush on. Even though it's very easy to do that. I mean, it works super well through an airbrush. You don't need to thin it at all. And it covers extremely well. It's very easy to clean out off the airbrush. I was surprised how easy it was. I don't want to go through that though. Just for such a tiny spot, I'll probably just maybe I'll highlight that a little bit more. I don't know what I'll do, but okay. Oh god, slouching forward like that hurts my neck so much I have to stop.